today out of my book, Soul Prep. I want to talk about training your senses and fortifying your minds. In Hebrews 5:14 it says, train your senses so that you'll be able to discern good from evil. Train your senses so you'll be able to discern good from evil. A long time ago, a story was told to me about a man who used to go to the altar every Sunday. He'd get down on the altar and he'd cry out, "Oh God, clean the cobwebs out of my mind. God, clean the cobwebs out of my mind." He'd go the next Sunday. He prayed that same prayer, "God, clean the cobwebs out of my mind." The next Sunday came by. He prayed the same prayer, "God, clean the cobwebs out of my mind." And finally, this next Sunday, he went down to the altar and he prayed that same prayer again. And the pastor went over to him when the guy cried out, "Oh God, please clean the cobwebs out of my mind." And that pastor reached over, he put his hand on his head and he said, "God, kill the spider." You know, there are times that we need to kill the spider. We cry out to God to do things for us that God's not going to do. He's given us the ability to do ourselves. The Word says that we are to train our senses and to fortify our minds that we might be able to discern good and evil. God gives us enough common sense to do some things for ourselves. The word senses is an organ of perception. What encompasses this organ of perception? Well, it's our sight, our hearing, taste, smell. It's our mind. You know, we really do have a habit of wanting God to do things that He's not going to do. We want Him to do things that He's not going to do, such as He's not going to turn off a bad movie that you're watching. He's not going to paralyze your hand and blind your eyes to not look at pornography on the computer. He's not going to make you have a good attitude when you get up in the morning. He's not going to make you forgive, and He's not going to make you stop gossiping. He's not going to make you stop hating. He's not going to force you to be good. He's not going to stop you from lying. There are many things that God's not going to do. Catch my drift? We are responsible for our actions and for our choices. We train our senses when we study God's Word, and not only study God's Word, but we put it into practice. In doing so, we fortify our minds to know how to come against evil, those things that would pull us away from what's good and healthy and pleasing to God. The word senses means a faculty of mind for perceiving and understanding and judging. If you're pursuing God and you're renewing your mind with His Word, He'll strengthen you in every challenge that you face. He's blessed us with an incredible gift, and that gift is a great mind.